A North Texas mother is behind bars right now following the disturbing death of her autistic teenage daughter. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Stiegel. That investigation is underway in Balch Springs, where police say they were called to this home for a medical emergency more than a week ago. When first responders got there, they found 19-year-old Delilah Villegas dead inside a bedroom. According to detectives, the girl was emaciated and covered in wounds. Now her mother is facing at least one criminal charge. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the victim's family today and also has new updates tonight from police. She's live now with more. Amelia.
Casey, Balch Springs police said they're still trying to figure out a time frame of when Delilah Villegas died. Her aunt told me today she couldn't help but blame herself for not calling police when she had a gut feeling that something was wrong.
How?
That question has kept Yahaira Pardo up at night after learning the details of the death of her 19-year-old niece, Delilah Villegas.
It's heartbreaking.
Villegas was nonverbal and autistic. Balch Springs police say on Valentine's Day, Villegas' mother called 911 to report that her daughter was not breathing. But when officers arrived, they found Villegas had already died.
We know that she was deceased minimally 4 hours because of the rigor mortis had set in, and but we can't get a correct time frame. We've asked the medical examiner's office, and they actually said between 6 to 24 hours.
Police say Villegas was found inside this home on Horseshoe Trail, lying in the fetal position with visible wounds and sores. Officers could tell that she was severely malnourished.
Originally, when the officers arrived, they thought she was probably 13 and didn't realize she was 19 years old.
Her mother, 41-year-old Crystal Canales, told police she didn't call for help because Villegas would often become violent towards others. Pardo never knew her niece to be violent, but did say that the last time she saw her was in 2019 at Villegas' dad's, Pardo's brother's, funeral.
My mom and my sister did see her in 2021, and it was at her oldest sister's graduation. She was perfectly fine, healthy, didn't seem like anything was wrong.
From 2021 on, Pardo would get updates from Villegas' older sister who moved to Fort Worth. Pardo can't help but blame herself for not listening to her gut.
I do say that I have a blame in all this and where we at right now. And why? Because I had a gut feeling that something was wrong.
The medical examiner has not released an official cause of death, but on Friday, Canales was arrested and charged with serious bodily injury to a disabled person, which is a second-degree felony. Villegas' grandmother and great-uncle also lived inside the home. According to the arrest affidavit, her grandmother told police she hadn't seen Villegas for weeks, and her great-uncle hadn't seen her for about a year, even though they lived in the same house. Pardo wishes someone would have reached out to police or to her for help.
If you knew that something was wrong or you haven't seen Delilah in months, everything from the beginning to the very end is wrong.
Villegas loved to play outside and organize her stuffed animals. That is how Pardo wants to remember her, happy with a smile on her face.
To know that she's in the hands of God and that she is with my brother at peace in his arms. That's what gives me comfort.
And while she believes there is no justice for Villegas' death, she's going to do everything she can to make sure people remember her life.
That everyone does know that Delilah was here. She was alive. She was present.
Balch Springs police said they did a welfare check at the home in May 2021 and everyone was healthy. When officers found Villegas, they reported there was food in the home and the house was in order. Police said everyone they interviewed spoke positively about Canales and Villegas. Police are still investigating to figure out how things got to this point. Right now, it's unclear if anybody else will be charged in this case. Casey, back to you.